Then Ga is the city dwellers. Then the Ewe people are my people. They come from the Volta region, where they also speak a language called Ewe. They're more connected to Togo than the Ashantis. I don't know where my people come from, but we are more of the Akan people. Then we have the Ga people, who are more of the city people who speak a language called Ga. So this particular song started from Twi, went to Ga, went to Ewe, and it came back to Twi. Beautiful music. Call this one Let's Praise. You want to say?
And everybody understands the three dialects?
That is a very beautiful question. No.
Talking about this song,
Yeah.
did you know that in Ghana,
Yes.
traditional drums
Yes.
aren't just used to make music,
Right.
they can also talk. The famous talking drum and the Atumpiang talking drums, I hope I pronounce it well. Sorry to my
Easy for you
to my
say.
West African friends.
Right.
Talking drums
Go on.
imitate the rhythm and the tone of the spoken language,
Right.
allowing drummers to send a message, praise chiefs, and tell stories during ceremonies and festivals.
It's a very, very interesting thing you've said, and one of these days when we have time, let's take a deep dive. But you mentioned a word called Etumpang.
Atumpang,
Etumpang.
Atumpang.
That's correct, and that is there are different types of drums that we use in announcing and speaking to the populace. Particularly within the Ashanti kingdom, the kings tend to have their own drums. So back in the day, when the king, he's called His Royal Majesty, but we address him as Otumfo, when he comes into the public or comes to public to speak, when he speaks, they use the drums to sort of support what he's saying, and it's very much an appellatory type of instrument that they use in engaging with the audience. Or when they use it, or when they drum it, or when they hit it, sometimes there are interpreters to the drumming.
Interpreting
Yeah.
the drumming.
Yes. There are
Wow.
people who can interpret what is being played. So the chief or the king, usually is done by the king, but when the king wants to speak to his people, they can come in with the drumming, and the drumming is to say, listen, they hit it in a particular way, and they say that the king says this and this and this. You got to go do this and this and this. Sometimes it gets it right, but sometimes they get it wrong. But it's more traditional, it's more cultural, and they use the tumpine to speak and tell stories to the people or communicate messages to the people.
Wow. Learn a new
It's
thing
called
every
tumpine.
day, yeah.
That's
Chad,
beautiful.
you look lost.
No, I'm not lost. I'm just deep into my thoughts, because this happens across all Africa. When you were talking about the drums, it reminded me of the Zulu king, King Mrs. Zulu. He has, when he walks around, when he's arriving, let's say, in this office,
Right.
you would have people who are basically praising him and also reading his history and reading his forefathers' history. Can you imagine walking around and someone is reading you your history
And they're reading it out loud.
the way, reading it out loud, and the people, I don't know, it's beautiful.
Chad, I'm curious because Mario, this statement, one of these days you got to talk to us about that, because I'm curious about it. When the kings, the Southern Africans, the kings are coming, I hear that there's a way they speak,
Yeah.
they say all sorts of things. Where do they get that from?
So it's because remember in Africa, in most of Africa, or in Southern Africa particularly,
Right.
we didn't have a way of documenting our history on paper or writing it down.
Right.
So the only way to capture all this history was to capture it through music, poems,
And poetry.
and
all that.
poetry, or even art, like rock art.
Rock
Right.
art, paintings, like
This history, or all these praises would be taught to the next generation,
Right.
to the next generation, and to the next generation. This is why you would find someone basically telling you about a king who reigned in the 1600s. Yet then they didn't have a paper to write all this
It's been
history.
passed
So
on.
it's been passed down
Generations.
oral tradition.
Interesting.
Do you think maybe by passing things on, the original story gets somewhat
Sometimes it does get lost.
changed?
It does.
You were so correct.
You know, so he starts with, well, there were 3 people that did
Yeah.
this, blah, blah, and
Yeah.
the story goes across. And by the time it gets to nowadays, it's like there were 23 people there.
No,
You know what I mean? It's just, it keeps changing different versions of the story depending on the person
You know,
that's carrying it across.
You are so correct, Chad. I have. I said that it's so interesting. That is why I've always had a very love-hate relationship with history.
Yeah.
Right. Because sometimes a lot of us tell a lot of lies.
Yeah.
And when I listen to history, when I listen to European history, I listen to African history, I listen to slavery, I listen to apartheid, I listen to even any type of history. I listen to it with a bit of, okay, right. Are you saying what you're saying because of what you want to say, or you are saying it because you want to prove a point? You know, because
Yep.
sometimes when I'm listening to people talk of history and sort of relating, it's sometimes the data isn't as accurate. And can history be that accurate? Because it's about human life, right? And so
Yep.
it's across the board. I'm not just talking just European history or African history or Mexican or Latino history. It's just history by itself. Sometimes when you don't listen to it with that level of criticality with the listening, it can be very distorted. You have something to say, Chad?
I think the only way to beat that notion is when you are reading history, or when you're studying history, or if you want to know more about history, try to take a look at the history from different perspectives or different
And
angles.
question it.
And question it.
Because the history, sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
History is written by the victor, the winner. So
Fair
we don't know
point.
the other side,
Yeah.
the loser, the person, the
Yeah.
victim. We don't know their version. So we are being told something in history. How true is it? Do we know that it's, you know? So yeah, question it.
yeah.
That's just that's my opinion, and it does not reflect the opinion of the station.
So it's very much important
means.
for one to look at history from different angles. For example, if I'm holding a book, right, and I face this book in front of you like this, the front part of the book,
Yeah.
you'd see a different version of what's written here,
Yeah.
and I see a different version of what's written behind the book. So we're looking at the same book, but
From two different.
different angles, we see different things.
That's a good point.
Perspective.
Here's a shout out to V. Very interesting. Thank you. Here's a shout out to V in Maidstone, who's listening to us, chilling out. It's what you do on a Sunday. It's 5:32.
Fantastic Fix with Mario Valle.